What's up guys, it's Road Dog Does Politics, back with another video, finally. I know I said I'd do one, so I'm doing one today. Yay! Apologies for the state that I'm in. I don't really care, so let's get on with the video. So I wanted to talk today about something that's been on my mind a couple of days. And it's just like the level of debate over the past couple of years, like the political discourse really, has gone so downhill that I just wanted to address it. I addressed it very briefly in my stream the other day, if you were watching. But I also wanted to question the left generally as well, because I feel like ever since, Brexit and Trump, I feel like we've not been very good at engaging with the other side and really using our brains and our intelligence to create, discussion, and like persuade other people to come over to our side in sort of a non-abusive, sort of mudslinging sort of way, instead of just, it being a shouting match between the left and the right, which I feel like it is now, and we're really not getting anywhere, and people within politics aren't really waking up to the fact or realising the fact that we're not getting anywhere, and instead just keep trying to plough through mud where it's clearly not working out, and you've got division and fragmentation left, right and centre, literally. And yeah, it's just really frustrating because people in charge just can't find a way through because they're so, egocentric and so obsessed with the direction that they want to go in personally or as a party, that they're not seeing the bigger picture of hey, people are really unhappy and discontented with their lives, and you should really do something about it, and quickly, but they're just not, which is frustrating. So I wanted to address that, and talk about the left, and question whether or not we're doing anything wrong, which I think that we are, in that when we want to criticise the other side, we do it by, throwing insults and shutting our ears off and not wanting to listen, because, we just think, oh my god, racist, oh, they're xenophobic idiots, they don't know what they're voting for, they're stupid, they need to be told the right way to go about it, because we're clever and they're stupid. It's like, no man, that is not the right direction. You don't no platform people because you don't like what they have to say. People like Steve Bannon, who was banned off... no, not Steve Bannon. Well, he's been banned as well. Banned from speaking. Also, people like Alex Jones off his crazy talk show. Off Twitter, as well as, people like Tommy Robinson. All of these far-right figures who have sort of been disallowed, space to, put their points of view across, which I think is dangerous, because you might not like what they have to say, and you might think that they're bigots and crazy and they just spout nonsense, and you might think that it is racist, and you might think that it is xenophobic, but at the same time you can't just go, oh my god, we have to stop them from talking because, what they're saying is incitement and it's hate speech. Yeah, you might think that it is. So say that and point that out and say that it's wrong, instead of just not letting them speak at all. Because by doing that, you're pushing people away from your point of view and your, technique or whatever you want, method of trying to persuade people is not working. Instead, you're just going, la 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 la, racist, oh, xenophobes, oh no, don't want to hear it. So you're pretty much already persuading people who are not extreme in the first place. You're already persuading them that they're already at that point, if you know what I mean, which is dangerous. So I think that's where the left has a problem, in that they just don't want to hear, like, they don't want to hear anything that the right has to say. And I think that is dangerous, because you need to have an open space for debate and discussion, actually find out what people are upset about and why they're, you know, not happy. And also, I mean, I'm not saying that this is the exclusive of just the left, it's also the right as well. In both cases, I think the left has, you know, a problem of just not wanting to, like, just echo chambers and not wanting to speak to other sides. But the right has a problem with just really badly not accepting or taking criticism. So they'll just be massively, massively triggered all the time. And you can see this in the Mail. It's every single bloody day where they're triggered by something. Whether it's Jeremy Corbyn, oh, terrorist sympathiser, Marxist Nazi, or like, oh my god, oh, millennials eating bagels and smashed avocados, oh my god, stop saying mean things about Trump, oh my god, I'm so triggered, oh, why is this happening, oh, Obama, why, libtards, oh, you're such libtards, oh. Like, just stop, it's so childish, Like, why? And you see it on Fox News as well, and like Piers Morgan in Good Morning Britain, he's always having a moan about something. It's like, why are you a socialist? Why? Why you killed millions of people? Oh my god, you're a terrorist sympathiser, murderers. Like, what? Just stop interrupting people and let them say their piece, and maybe we'll get somewhere. It's so frustrating, just these two sides who could have intelligent debate and like back and forth, just completely unwilling to have a discussion. And that's why we're not getting anywhere, and that's why we're becoming more and more fractured as a society. That's why more and more people are being pushed to the right, because, you know, the left is completely unwilling to address and listen to other people's sides. And it's becoming such a problem. Like, we need to sort ourselves out. Like, we really need to sort ourselves out. And, you know, as I said, it's not just a problem on the left, it's a problem on the right. And we need to start talking. We need to start opening up. Because, you know, the same goes with, like, pro-EU people who go out and protest every day. I'm not saying don't protest, but you can't just ask for another referendum just because you didn't like the result of the previous. Yeah, you might think it's going to be really shit for a few years, and I don't like the idea of leaving the EU, which is like a massive great trading bloc that we've been a part of for years, and it's going to be really different and probably a lot worse than what we've had previous. But, you know, fight your case and fight your corner rather than, oh, all these Brexiteers, ignorant people didn't know what they're voting for, we need to have a vote on the deal, oh, we need to do this, that, the other, here's my pro-EU flag, FBP, or whatever. Just, it makes you look a bit desperate, to be honest, and it just stop, just like, instead of just going out there with your protest flags, go and talk to other people who think differently to you, and maybe you can persuade them to your point of view by talking to them. It's just like on both sides, it's just full of whinging crybabies who just can't accept the result of something. Either, you know, whether people can't accept that racism is no longer acceptable, or people who voted for Brexit, you know, the vote happened, we have to get on with it, sorry. I voted Remain, but, you know, I don't think we should have a second referendum on to stay in the EU, because that's going to create an even bigger heap of problems. Sorry about it. Like, that's democracy. Let's have that discussion rather than just stay on our little corners, shouting across from each other and hurling insults, because it's not going to work. And, you know, people are like, oh, well, why can't we just go back to a time before Trump and before Brexit and then everything will be fine? No, because, you know, what led to Trump and what led to Brexit in the first place was, you know, people not having jobs, people, you know, having their livelihood stripped away, people clearly unhappy with the status quo and globalism and every other factor we could talk about, like, led, like, the discontent just kept, like, rising and rising like a bubbling cauldron until eventually it spilled over and people decided to throw a fucking brick in the window and said, I'm not having it anymore. So, sorry, sorry that that happened and it sort of disrupted your privileged life, but it is what it is and we have to accept it. What I'm basically saying is we all need to start waking the F up pretty damn soon, because if we don't, we're going to keep heading down this dark road where no one listens to each other and it's just insult after insult after insult and nothing happens, and people get poorer whilst the rich get richer, and people are going to get more resentful, and it will just continue and continue and until something else snaps, and who knows what that could be. So yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to say. I will be streaming tomorrow with Angel, so don't miss that. Rate, comment, subscribe to my channel if you wanna, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!